Alright, welcome back to another 6-element install video. Today we're going to be showing you how to install your new Veloster turbo inlet. As always, we start with taking off the engine cover. And once you make your way back to the turbo inlet, there's a couple things you got to move out of the way. One is going to be this wiring harness below the turbo inlet. And the second thing is going to be a set of hoses that is underneath, and you're just removing these things to get a little bit more space so it's easier for you to move around and for you to get your tools back there, because some of these bolts are going to be a little bit hard to reach. Next, you're going to want to take your 10mm socket and start going at these 3 bolts that hold your turbo inlet to the turbo. And once you've got your factory turbo inlet off the car, it's time to put on your 6-element turbo inlet. Now, one thing to note, one of the back screws is really hard to reach, so we recommend using either a very long extension or as thin of an extension as you can find, because it is a very tight space and kind of a weird angle. Next, go ahead and install your gasket, and then we're going to go ahead and start to put the new turbo inlet on the car. I would recommend you start with the hardest bolt to reach first, just so you still have that option to move the turbo inlet around if you need to, and then go ahead and attack the other 2 bolts. And now once you've got your new turbo inlet installed, it's time to start putting back all of those hoses and wiring harness connections that we removed. And then of course, reinstalling your intake, because you can't take the turbo inlet off without taking off your intake first. But we happen to be installing one of our carbon intakes, which if you're interested, you can find the link for the carbon intake in the description box below. Now that concludes the install of the Veloster turbo inlet. Don't forget to check out our social media listed in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.